Hey, good job for the event.
Oh, thanks.
It's my first time at the event. Your first time?
Yeah, it turned out pretty good. We had like 13,000
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're at 7 o'clock, so I'm gonna call this meeting to order. Let's start with roll call. John, you want to start?
With roll call. I'm here.
Brendan's calling in. He's traveling. He'll be here just a little bit late, but he'll be calling in.
Travis, Ward 1.
Deborah McIsaac, Mayor.
Nikki Oyen, Ward 1.
Brian Simmons, Ward 2.
Linda Hall, Finance Officer.
So all not present, but accounted for, correct? Perfect. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance, everybody. Pledge of Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we have the approval of the minutes of July 12th regular monthly meeting. Does anybody have any questions or any comments on that? Or any amendments, I should say?
The only thing I noticed was one to approve the special meeting. It was, I have wrote down as me and Ryan. I think it's on there. It's me and Brendan.
Ah,
It's,
which one is that? I'm sorry.
it could be right on the minutes, your special session. Both was made by me, second by Keaton, and I have written down that most of them made by Ryan, seconded by me.
Oh, okay.
If anybody had notes that we compare to, please prove me that I'm wrong. I know it's gonna look fun.
I cannot refer to that. I don't have those with me. Does anybody else have that to cross check it? It should have been, was made by Ryan and seconded by Travis.
The other way
Or
around.
item 4. To approve the special meeting minutes from 6/29/22. Made by Ryan, seconded by Travis. Is there any other amendments? Good catch. Anybody else?
Make a motion to approve the minutes of 7/12/22 with the amendment. The approval of the special meeting.
So I have a first with Travis. Do I have a second?
Second.
Ryan's gonna do a second. See what you did there? You switched, right? All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Thank you for that. Then we have claims payable. That's your pink sheet for everybody for a reference if you want to take a look at that. Oh, and then let me get that up here so you guys can take those in. I don't know if we're gonna see all of them on here. but-
Actually, Brendan's gonna be on.
I have a question.
It's a little small, sorry, guys.
Forgot about this one. The park maintenance scoreboard.
Park maintenance scoreboard, when we first took office in that big first
I
storm,
understand that.
Yep.
Is the BBA supposed to be involved with that too, or are we supposed to?
that is our expense to maintain.
Okay.
Yep, we provide the facility. So we organized and coordinated and finally got the parts
Okay.
in
Yep.
and then got that taken care of.
Thank you.
That was for the scoreboard for the park, just so you guys know.
I make a motion to approve claims payable.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, it passes. So we're on to public time. Yes, sir.
Is anything being done to
Oh, I'm sorry. You got to give your name and address so Linda knows who you are.
Jerry Peterson, 520 South Sixth Street? Anything being done, the flags along Lovely Avenue?
Yep, we actually replaced those when we first took over as a new administration for Memorial Day. And I believe Ryan is looking for flags that are nylon based, so they don't get ripped up so quickly. And so have we identified the source for that?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm gonna stop and get some more to replace the, I think.
Yep.
It's just the quality from where we're getting them is not what we. used to
so we
get.
have to replace them more quickly. And we want to have them up before dog days, so that way we have those ready for that. Yep. Any other concerns or any other things you want to mention on public time?
So I would like to talk, but
Ryan,
can
you
I?
gotta say who you are and your address so we can have for the minutes.
Yeah, so I'm Brian Hefty, 216 7th Street.
Ooh,
So would you like me to talk here or after you go through stuff with the development?
any advice on that, John?
Well, that's an agenda item. So, but if that's, I think it's your prerogative.
It's really whatever you want to do. We're happy to include you in the discussion when we have it on the agenda, or you can bring up
That's
points
fine.
now.
As long as I get the opportunity to talk then, I'll just wait and talk then. That's fine.
Perfect. Yep, no problem, Brian. Thank you. Any other items for public?
That also 416 Lovely. I'm here back on my horse again, writing about the speeding on Lovely Avenue.
Mhm.
I understand there was a committee being formed to get some community input into some stop signs up there to stop some of these big grain trucks and the big construction trucks
Mhm.
and all of that. I think it would be wonderful if we could move forward with something before our kids are back on that highway. We have school starters.
So I'm to understand that you did not get a phone call when I passed on your information. Okay, I will follow up with that because I had not. I figured it was, something that we delegated, and I'll find out what the status is and I'll let you know.
But we need to do something because I don't believe our local law enforcement people are up to task for slowing it down to the 25 mile an hour zone that's there.
So John, I have a question. How do we, what is the process if we have requests on our law enforcement contract and asking them how they execute our agreement? Do we just call whoever's on the agreement?
Sheriff's office has to speak to whoever's in charge of the municipal contract. And make a special request for stepped up law enforcement.
Okay,
That should be the job.
okay.
I think we've done that in the past, if I remember right, if there was areas that were having problems overnight with stuff broke into, I think they called the sheriff's office and requested, made them aware of situations and requested extra presence in those areas. I don't know what goes on with it for process. But
Do
I
you
mean,
know anything about speed limits though?
I don't think that part, no. I think it was more just roles. I know requests have been made.
See, it's uncomfortable for a lot of people, but if you get a license plate number and you can make an idea of physical description of the driver, you can make a citizen's complaint. You have to swear to it, but
As the taxpayer, my complaint comes to you guys.
sure, I understand.
I think I need to be.
But the difficulty, and we used to have one of the deputies would be here at every meeting. But that service had dropped out of the contract, sheriff's office, so. But absolutely come here, but I'm just saying that due to the sporadic nature of the sheriff's people being here. That's a real live option. I've done it myself.
I'd like to see it even when they are here,
Yeah.
because I can see them in various different places in our community and they're just sitting, they're not doing anything.
Well, I'm happy to make that phone call and find out what the process is and figure it out, and I can bring it back to the next meeting. I was at the mayor's roundtable at the SMGA, and another thing that I asked the other mayors is, what do you guys do in this type of a situation? And I asked if we could do something like Sioux City does, where they have the photo and then they just get the ticket in the mail. But the mayor's consensus was that wasn't legal in South Dakota, so that's not an option for us, I guess. So,
It was nice having the sign reminder up there for a while, but that was on.
yeah, we need to follow up what they found with that. And then maybe there is a way to highlight the pedestrian crossings, especially with school coming a little bit. I know that there's some other solutions, so let me call them and find out what our options are. Okay, We'll make a note of that. Anyone else? Okay, well then we will go on to old business. I do need to ask permission with the council because regarding item F, ISG retaining services, I think it would make it a lot more fruitful to have the other agenda items if we could bounce down to F first and bring that to the top. And then we can have that conversation going forward, once we've made the decision about ISG, because if we make the decision last, it doesn't make the conversation as fruitful. So is it with the permission of the council, can I move item F up to item A? Do we need a motion for that?
No, you do
Okay.
it by unanimous consent.
So do we have consent? Yes, nodding, unanimous consent. Okay, so F is gonna move up to A. And so what we need to do is we need to talk about ISG for retaining services. So for the purposes of, is it contract negotiation? Is that it? Contract negotiation? I need to just go into executive session just real quick. And so we can just discuss the items on here and then we'll be back out to let you know. So we're gonna go. You guys don't have to go anywhere. We're gonna go. And so I'm gonna stop the recording for a second and we'll just be right back.